Hello and welcome to Middle Eastern Thursday. So today we are going to be doing a haul. I have a total of 10 fragrances here for you that I have been looking forward to trying and sniffing, but of course I had to wait for you. So today we're going to go ahead and go over them. Some of these fragrances are fragrances from collections that I have shared with you as part of the Okay, so let's catch up section of other Middle Eastern Thursdays. So I have really been looking forward to trying them. But before we jump right in, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and in this channel we love to talk about fragrances because we love to smell fabulous at all times. I upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, and sometimes I even have a bonus video of the week for you. If that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. So the first fragrance that I want to share with you today is a brand new fragrance from a brand new collection from Swiss Arabian. I had actually shared the details of the collection with you a couple weeks ago. It's that collection where Swiss Arabian has now launched 7 different fragrances, and I had told you that I would be picking up several of them. I did order about 4 of them, but I've only received 2. But today I am definitely going to share with you, and this one is Amber and Apricot, and it comes in this box. Just a very simple, sleek box, and here is the bottle. So the bottle, of course, is glass, and then the cap, I think, is like, I don't know, it felt like it was wood, but I think it's some sort of plastic. But the cap feels okay, not anything, too spectacular. I think this collection is designed to be quite minimalistic, just judging by the design of the bottle and how it feels. I mean, it is weighty, don't get me wrong. It doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. But yeah, just a very minimalistic, simple bottle. So let me go ahead and share with you the notes of this fragrance before I try it. So top notes are bergamot, orange, and lemon. Middle notes are apricot, grapes, fig, and pomegranate. And at the base we have amber, musk, and vanilla. That was a very powerful sprayer. Ooh. Okay, so this opens up quite ambery, and I can pick up on all the citrus notes. This is definitely a musk-based fragrance because I'm picking up on that muskiness. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's a tad animalic, but a very balanced animalic note. But it's very fresh. It's very fresh and spicy. Guys, the reason I keep looking like this, I really like this fragrance. But I have to tell you, this fragrance, it's actually reminding me of 2 other fragrances. This to me smells like if Xerjoff Herbapura and Tiziana Kirke had a baby. Yeah, this is definitely quite a mix. This is not like, for me, for my nose, this is not Herbapura or Kirke alone. No, this is definitely a mix of both. And the reason I say that is because I'm not picking up on the heliotrope note that is so evident to me in Kirke. And then it would be an exact match to Herbapura, but I'm picking up on a fig note. It's not a dominant note. To be honest with you, nothing right now is sticking out as dominant in any part of the journey so far. But what I can tell you is that this is not 100% Herbapura or Kirke. Because again, I'm not picking up on the heliotrope that is so present to my nose in Kirke. And I am picking up on that fig note, which doesn't allow it to be Herbapura. But this is definitely, to me, this is like if Kirke and Herbapura had a baby. This smells really good. I can already tell that this collection is going to be really special. But you know what? I've never been quite disappointed with anything Swiss Arabian has put out that I've tried, you know? How do you feel about Swiss Arabian? Do you like their fragrances for the most part? Yeah, but that's what I'm getting, guys. All right, guys. So the next fragrance that I'm going to share with you is also from that same Swiss Arabian collection. And this one is Jasmine Honey. And it comes in this box, much like the other box, but just a little bit different color here. So here we have Jasmine and Honey, and it's basically the same bottle. So let me go ahead and give you the notes. So the top note of this one is just African orange flower. The middle note is jasmine, and at the base we have patchouli, honey, cedar, and rose. Did you guys see that sprayer? Ooh. Oh wow, this smells incredible. Oh. Wow, this is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous, but these notes, I will be right back, guys. I have to go look at some notes because I could not find anywhere where they were saying that this fragrance was inspired by any other fragrance, but these notes, I know I've seen these notes before, and this is kind of reminding me of something. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back. So this fragrance smells absolutely exquisite. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is gorgeous, but this is the exact same note structure as an Elisab Le Parfum. I knew I had seen these notes before, and I have not had my nose on that fragrance in quite a long time. But yeah, definitely. So have you ever tried Elisab Le Parfum? I mean, if you look up Elisab Le Parfum, you're going to find that the same notes that I just shared with you are the same notes of this fragrance. Yeah, but this smells incredible. This is really, 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 really good. And the perfect thing would be is if the performance were much better, which I'm sure it's going to be. It's Swiss Arabian. Much better than the original Elisab. If that is a fragrance that you really have enjoyed in the past and you don't have a bottle anymore and you're just looking for something a bit more affordable, but you know, with better performance, and I haven't tested this fragrance, I just have the very strong feeling that this is going to be beast mode because there is nothing weak about this fragrance right now. There's nothing demure or moderated. No, it's a pretty intense and strong fragrance, but it is exquisite. It really is, guys. Anyway, let me know. All right, so I had shared with you last week that RASASI had so graciously sent me 13 fragrances, which are like the 13 fragrances for women within their latest premium collection. So I picked up a bit more information about this collection, and it's supposed to be the premium collection for 2024. And I just want to share with you today 2 fragrances from that range. And this first one, I've read so many great things about, so I figured I would bring it up today. But this one is Diamante Celestial, and it comes in this box. And guys, I really had not even pulled this out because I really haven't had a chance. There's been so much testing and so much going on. But anyway, let me go ahead and give you the notes of this one. So the top notes are bergamot and pear. The middle notes are rose, marjoram, and nutmeg. And at the base, we have vetiver, vanilla, amber, and ambergris. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oof. Wow. Guys, this smells so beautiful. This is very different. Oh, wow. So in the opening, I'm definitely picking up the bergamot and the pear. And the opening is quite fresh because of the bergamot. And the pear is like juicy and ripe, but not very sweet, because this fragrance right now to my nose is not very sweet. Now I'm picking up on some spiciness. Yeah, the nutmeg and the marjoram and the rose is coming in. And the rose is not a mature rose. Wow, this rose is pretty like, I wanted to use the word tender, but can't describe a rose like that. But this rose is like very fresh. This is really, really fresh. I'm not picking up on the vanilla though. I am getting the vetiver, but I'm not picking up on the vanilla or the ambergris quality. No. Yeah, I'm still getting that bergamot and the pear in the background of like the rose, because now the rose is not dominant, but the rose is definitely present, and the rose has like a spicy quality to it coming from the spices like nutmeg, marjoram. I can definitely pick it up clearly, but I'm not getting that vanilla. Very interesting. This is definitely a summer and spring fragrance, but this is really, really beautiful. Very, very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. All right, I move on. Yeah, guys, I'm really, really liking this one. So you guys remember the last time I shared with you some of the RASASI fragrances, I really went gaga over Elite Lady. Oh my goodness, that fragrance is unbelievable. I really, really enjoy it. This one is really, really nice, but it's a bit different because it has more of a citrusy opening, and then there's that spiciness that walks with the citrus notes and the rose all throughout the journey and even at dry down. Curiously enough for me, I'm not picking up on the vanilla at all, which is quite rare. So I'm wondering, maybe this just needs to sit for a bit, but yeah, I'm really, really liking this, but I'll come back to you with some testing notes. All right, so the next fragrance that I have for you is also from RASASI, and this one is called Diamante Heavenly. So this bottle is the same as the other one, but as you can see, it has like touches of silver instead of gold. And let me go ahead and give you the notes of this one. So the notes of this one are black currant and green tea. In the middle, it has black tea, and at the base, it has musk and ambergris. Very interesting. So this is going to be one of those fragrances that you have to be into tea fragrances in order to appreciate it and love it. So let me go ahead and try it. Did you guys see? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, guys. First of all, what I was trying to say is that the sprayer is beautiful. It has like this big open mist. Oh my goodness, guys. This fragrance is so beautiful. If you are a tea fragrance lover, so this fragrance is all about that mix of the tea, the green tea and the black tea. I can pick it up clearly. But the fragrance is a bit sweet, which gives it an incredible touch here. And then the musk is done exquisitely, just beautiful. And I definitely pick up on the black currant. Honestly, it's like I'm picking up on the black currant, the black tea, the green tea, and then that muskiness, which is beautiful. This fragrance, okay, Elite Lady is still my top pick from the ones that they sent me. But I think this one is going to have to be my number 2 because this is really exquisite. And let me tell you, for spring and summer, this is perfection because it's so fresh. I don't understand. Okay guys, so this one is definitely a winner. I have to say, of all of the fragrances that I've tried from all the 13 fragrances that they sent me, Elite Lady is gorgeous. I mean, that fragrance, believe me, you really need to try that one if you can. But this one, oh my goodness. But Elite Lady is definitely my top pick, followed by this one. Oh my goodness, love it. Moving on. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch gears for a minute, and we're going to go over three fragrances that are not necessarily like freshy spring or fruity spring and summer type of fragrances. But until I sniff them, I won't be able to tell you if these are fragrances that you can use during the spring and summer. But these are definitely fragrances that we've been looking forward to trying. And the first one is another one of the fragrances from the EMIR Identity collection. And this one is Rose and Leather. And it comes in this very nice box, like all the others. Very, very heavy bottle, guys, but very, very luxurious feeling. And the cap is not magnetic, but it almost like makes me feel like the cap should be magnetic. But anyway, so this is supposed to be inspired by Frederic Malle's Rose Queer. All right, so let me go ahead and share with you the notes of this one. So the top notes are geranium, blackcurrant, and Sichuan pepper. The middle notes are leather and rose. And at the base, we have vetiver and cedar. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, this opens immediately with the rose. I'm picking up on the geranium also immediately. This is very, very aromatic, very aromatic. It's fresh, spicy. I'm not picking up on the leather yet, but I am picking up on woodiness. It's earthy. There's an earthy quality to it. It's a tad fruity. I'm definitely picking up on the fruitiness of the fragrance, but this fragrance is like a little bit sweet, but it's really not sweet, like coming from the fruit. No, this is more like a sweetened rose. So I can tell you that to my nose, if I were to compare this directly to Rose Queer, like what I remember the opening of Rose Queer to be in comparison to this one, like Rose Queer opens with a very jammy rose to my nose. And then that jammy rose is like coupled with a very kind of dominant leather note in that fragrance. But here in this one, I am really loving this opening because you know what? It's almost like they took those very dominant or bordering on screechy qualities of the Frederic Malle Rose Queer fragrance and they smoothed them out because this opening is gorgeous. Now, the other difference is that in this fragrance, in this Rose and Leather from Identity, I'm picking up on the geranium from the very opening. The rose is not dominant. It's a mix of the rose, the geranium, a little bit of fruitiness that brings in that little bit of sweetness. But guys, I have to tell you, wow, you know, every time I try one of the fragrances from the Identity EMIR collection, I am just blown away. Because you guys remember in the last haul, we did Portrait, which was supposed to be inspired by Frederic Malle's Portrait of a Lady. And I told you that I was actually preferring that one. Well, this one, wow. Let me tell you, this is gorgeous. And the more I sniff it, so I'm allowing it to just do its whole thing and bring me to dry down, this is absolutely gorgeous. And you guys know that I don't have a problem with fragrances that lean masculine, but that fragrance I find to lean way too much for me. But this one, no, this one is truly unisex. I'm pretty sure there are some gentlemen out there who would think that this is actually leaning feminine. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I have to tell you guys, I am so impressed with this entire, like the entire EMIR line for me. When I hear EMIR, I run, right? But when it comes to the Identity collection, because these are like, what they're doing is actually creating these fragrances inspired by fragrances that for the most part I consider to be masterpieces. Because even though I feel the way I do about Rose Queer honestly and about Portrait of a Lady, Those Frederic Malle fragrances to me are masterpieces, like without a shadow of a doubt, okay? But this one, guys, if you've ever tried Rose Queer and you love it, and you know, because of budget considerations or for whatever reason you don't have a bottle, do yourself a favor and get this one, because I am telling you, this is exquisitely done. And I can smell it all around the room. And you guys know that typically the fragrances that are a part of the Identity collection are beast mode. So, but this is really unbelievable. Now, what I can also tell you is that personally, this is a fragrance that I would pull all year round, except for summer. I would definitely use this during the spring without any qualms. I would use it during the spring. I would use it during the winter. The summer, no, because once you hit that 80-degree weather with this fragrance, which is so intense, it's just a bit much. You know, in that type of weather, you want, I would think, right, that you want like a fragrance that's rather fresh and refreshing and, you know, fruity and just a different vibe. But this fragrance, this is a serious personality fragrance. Like, I'm not saying that this is only for mature people. Please do not misunderstand me. But what I am saying is that this is not a fruity, bubbly, happy, chipper type of fragrance. This has a lot of depth and darkness and character to it. But it is exquisite. I can smell it and I am just loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Please let me know if you have this in your collection and how you feel about it. And if you get your nose on it, please let me know. But I highly, highly recommend this one. I have to tell you guys, I am so impressed with that last fragrance. This is exquisite. I mean, every single fragrance that I have tried from the Identity collection has been exquisitely done. True masterpieces. This is really, really good. I'm really curious. I hope some of you, or one of you at least, has picked up this fragrance and has tried it and can give me your opinion, because wow, this, I am telling you, is better than the original to my nose. Absolutely better. Maybe for a gentleman, this would not be the case, because they may feel, like I said before, that this leans a bit feminine. But to me, this is truly unisex. It does not lean feminine, and it is done to perfection. Every single little quirk that I really did not appreciate in Rose Queer, they have taken care of it in this one. So this next one, I figured we would continue along the same lines. And this is also from the EMIR collection. And this is When Soul Gets High. And it comes in this kind of very interesting, like tin kind of packaging, but it doesn't feel cheap. Like this part is like a tin, but this is like a sturdy cardboard of some sort. Very elegant, very nice. Would make for a very nice gift. And then of course you open it and here's the fragrance. Very nice. Very, very nice. And it has this very interesting tassel. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you the notes before I spray it. But I have to warn you, there's so many notes to this fragrance. And by the way, this is supposed to be inspired by Kilian's Back to Black. And I've been looking forward to trying this because, in all honesty, I'm not much of a fan of Back to Black. There's just a couple of things in that fragrance blend that just doesn't agree with me. So I may or may not like this one. But let me go ahead and share the notes with you. So the notes are white honey, tobacco, cherry, gingerbread, almond, French labdanum, tonka bean, raspberry, chamomile, vanilla, amber, cardamom, benzoin, saffron, Virginia cedar, geranium, nutmeg, patchouli, olibanum, oak, bergamot, and coriander. Can we say everything and the kitchen sink? Like, wow. Okay, but let's go ahead and try it. Ooh, did you see that sprayer? Very nice. Okay, this is already winning with me. It opens up quite sweet. I'm picking up on the honey immediately. But the sweetness is not just coming from the honey, I can tell. Ooh, I'm getting that tobacco. This is quite ambery also. It's warm, spicy with that vanilla. I'm not picking up on the cherry at all yet. There's some fruitiness coming into the picture, but I'm not able to distinguish what fruit. But there is a fruitiness here. And there is definitely some woodiness, but you know what, guys? Oh my goodness, this is so, so well done. Here's what I'm picking up. The saffron, ginger, honey, tobacco, and a hint of vanilla. Saffron, ginger, honey, tobacco, vanilla, tad faint woods, but not really relevant. Oh, no. The stars right now are the saffron, the ginger, sweetened by that honey, because the sweet that I'm picking up now is not the vanilla. This is the honey. Wow. Oh my goodness, this is so gorgeous. Oh, wow. Whoa. Okay, guys, wow. Okay, I really hate to say this, and I really don't like to do that because I really respect these brands, but I really prefer this one. This one to me, again, this was done like to favor females, like so that a female would love it. And that's what's happening to me. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. So if you own Back to Black, I want you to know that this is so much smoother. This is, wow. This is exquisite. Honestly, I'm even getting like a yummy vibe from it. And this is not really supposed to be a gourmand. I'm picking up now on a very faint cherry, but it's very faint. Oh my goodness, but very faint. Guys, I don't know why. Okay, what I'm struggling with right now is that this fragrance is turning into a yummy experience, literally for me. And I know that this is not supposed to be, if this was inspired by Back to Black, this is not supposed to be a gourmand at all. This is supposed to be an amber woody fragrance, but that's not what I'm getting. The stars of the show here, I'm telling you, that saffron, that ginger, that honey, that little bit of tobacco, that vanilla, and now the cherry. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to move on, but I don't want to. I really don't want to. Oh boy. Okay. I really don't even know what to say. I'm really floored right now. I just really don't know. This is incredible. You know what? This is going to make me pull a decant that I have of Back to Black and compare it yet again, because I can't believe that I just had the reaction that I had and that I am massively in love right now with this one, and that I really did not like Back to Black. Yeah, but this is exquisite. Now, I will tell you, you know what? I'm going to spray it on my skin because I have to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm so sorry. This is so incredible. This is so good. Okay. Okay, so let me tell you. On my skin, I'm picking up the cherry even more. This is so sexy. Oh my goodness. This is perfection. And on my skin, it's even better. On my skin, I'm not only picking up on the ginger and the honey and that tad of tobacco, which gives it that like edge and sexiness, but I'm picking up clearly on the vanilla, and the cherry are doing a number on me. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so incredible. If you have this fragrance, can you please let me know your thoughts on this one? And if you have this fragrance and Back to Black, please let me know your thoughts of that comparison. How do they compare to your nose? Because, ooh, and it is a powerhouse. It is everywhere here right now. Wow. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. I can tell you this is phenomenal. That's all I can say. I'm just gonna have to move on. All right, guys. So I want you to know that I took a little break and I went to gather myself and to scrub off that fragrance, because if not, I'm not going to be able to really give you an objective assessment of my first impression for the fragrances that are coming up, because that fragrance is so strong. It is beast mode. And I just received it like 2 weeks ago. And honestly, like, it hasn't even had a chance to sit or macerate, but I guess it doesn't need it because it's already a powerhouse. And when I tell you that it is the most incredible cherry fragrance for me right now. And I have very incredible cherry fragrances in my collection, but this one and the next fragrance that I have for you is AJAYEB Dubai. And you guys may recall that we recently hauled and I also reviewed the other fragrance that's a part of this collection, which is the Portrait, which I absolutely love. So let's go ahead, and it just comes in this regular box. This bottle is just as beautiful and weighty as in the Portrait one. Okay, so let me go ahead and share the notes with you. The notes are, top notes are pineapple and saffron. The middle notes are coffee and violet leaves. And at the base, we have butterscotch, vanilla, and sandalwood. I have to tell you guys, if this fragrance is anywhere near as unbelievable as its counterpart, the Portrait one, oh boy, because today I have yet within our haul today to find a fragrance that really has not left me like, wow, this is really, really beautiful. But anyway, let's go ahead and try this one. Okay, so this one, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So this one is opening sweet, but not very sweet, just sweet. I can pick up on the coffee immediately. There's quite a bit of coffee here. It is warm, spicy, and there's a lactonic quality to this fragrance, which came in immediately for my nose with the coffee. There is definitely a lactonic quality here. Now I'm picking up on some caramel, and there's the vanilla. And that's quite a bit of vanilla. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is a gourmand coffee fragrance. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. Okay, so this fragrance, I forgot to tell you, is supposed to be inspired by Black Phantom by Kilian. And I am very familiar with Black Phantom. I actually like it. But honestly, there are some differences here. There is a syrupy, fruity quality in this fragrance that I don't pick up in Black Phantom at all. Black Phantom is drier to my nose, and the general feel that I get from Black Phantom, it's darker. I'm going to say it again. I don't think that they're the same. Do I prefer this one over Black Phantom? No, not necessarily, because I think that the differences between both are not negligible. So it's almost like, let me put it this way. I would say that this one is like a twist on Black Phantom. This is not Black Phantom 90%, even 80% to my nose. No, it's not. Because this right now, this is yummy coffee, vanilla, butterscotch goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so yummy. This is yummy deliciousness right here. It's almost like if you had a coffee dessert or a dessert infused with coffee, topped with some caramel. Oh my goodness. And that vanilla is done exquisitely. But what I'm loving about this fragrance also is that it's sweet, but it's not so sweet where it just covers the coffee or the tonality of the coffee in the fragrance. This fragrance is done beautifully. Like just as in the portrait one, I just find this to be very balanced. There's an incredible, beautiful, yummy fruitiness here. And that vanilla and the coffee, I'm picking up on the fruitiness, I'm picking up on the vanilla. There's quite a bit of vanilla here. That coffee. Oh wow, that is really, ooh, and that butterscotch. Absolutely, absolutely. But to me, you know, they're very similar, but to me, this is more caramel, like a dense caramel though. This is exquisite, guys. So this one is definitely another winner. This is really, really blended exquisitely. You know, it's not the same DNA at all as in portrait because they're two very different fragrances. Just like I have to say that this to me is not Black Phantom. This is a twist on Black Phantom from Kilian. So yeah, I think that if you own Black Phantom from Kilian, and even if you don't own it, I think that you would really enjoy this fragrance. But this is definitely not a fragrance that I would pull during the summer months. So the next fragrance is a fragrance that I had really considered many times, and I had it in my cart many times. I had considered picking it up because I really like Swiss Arabian fragrances. And although this one is for men, I had heard from very good sources that this is a fragrance that is actually quite unisex, and some men even think that it leans a tad feminine. So I just wanted to try it, and I'm speaking about SHAGHAF for men, so the original for men. And it comes in this box, and when I actually looked at the notes, I thought to myself, those notes really don't sound like this is going to be a full-on masculine fragrance. So I just went ahead and picked it up. And it comes in this bottle that you may recognize. So let me share with you the notes. So the top notes are Chinese orange, lavender, and lemon. The middle notes are C notes, cardamom, cinnamon, cypriol oil or nargamotha, sage, and tagetes. And then at the base, we have praline, tolu balsam, patchouli, ebony tree, palisander, rosewood, and black amber. Wow, that is quite a combination of notes. So let's go ahead and try it. Very nice sprayer as usual. We've had some good sprayers today. Ooh, this is a winner. This is just like a freshie for the summer. Oh my goodness. So it opens up quite sweet. It's warm, spicy, very aromatic. There's quite a bit of citrusy notes in here. I'm picking up on a tad of woodiness, but that's not dominant here. Oh, those citrus notes are the dominant ones. Oh yes. This is very fresh, spicy. It's like warm, spicy, but without losing its freshness, if that even makes sense, but that's exactly what I'm getting. It has a very strong marine quality to it also, which makes it like perfect for spring and summer. Now I'm picking up on the cinnamon, which I think has been there all along. I just hadn't focused on it. And some lavender. Yeah, that's lavender. Okay, so, okay, this is gonna sound really interesting. To me, this fragrance is not a male fragrance. This to me is truly unisex and maybe leaning a tad to the feminine side. I mean, really. And I hope you guys know that, in all honesty, when it comes to fragrances, I just say use whatever you want to use, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. We don't need to get complicated about fragrances, like, you know, but since people, you know, always ask me, is it unisex? Is it leaning? Well, I'm letting you know right now that to me, this is not a male fragrance. This is a unisex fragrance that leans a tad to the feminine side. And it is, I am so happy I picked up this fragrance. Let me just start by that. This is perfect for spring and summer. Oh my goodness. So you know, on those days when it's really, really hot and you go out there and it's like, it's smoldering hot, right? The last thing you want is to have a fragrance that's not fresh. And this one, this is perfection because the citrus notes are quite dominant, but even citrus notes, if not done properly, like from a very fresh standpoint, can be a little bit too much during a very hot summer day. This is perfect for any outdoor outing during the summer and during the spring. And oh wow. Please let me know if you've tried this fragrance. This is SHAGHAF for Men, the original. This is exquisite. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Beautiful. So this next fragrance is part of the L'Adventure collection from ALHAMBRA. And recently, you know, there were like, I think 4 fragrances that were originally part of that collection, but recently they just launched an additional 4. And today I'm going to share with you one of them, but I have on its way to me the additional 3 because I found all of the notes and I find the concept of the entire collection fascinating. So, and they look so cute. So I just wanted to try them, but I will be bringing them to you most likely during next week's haul. But for today, we're going to go ahead and cover L'Adventure Iris. And it comes in this very interesting box, very sleek, very modern, very beautiful. You know, it's all of that and like at the same time, I find it to be like a little bit clunky, but I'm not mad at it. It's just a very interesting concept. So you open this box and there is the fragrance. Loving the color. Look at the cap. So let me go ahead and give you the notes of the fragrance. So at the top we have lemon, bergamot, cardamom, and green. It just says green here. And I'm in the ALHAMBRA website because there's nothing on Fragrantica about this one. Then the middle note is clary sage, lavender, cedarwood, patchouli, jasmine, aromatic accord, and iris. Then at the base we have musk, vanilla, amber, and benzoin. So I went into the ALHAMBRA website just to get some information, and guys, the entire collection is sold out. So, you know, it's making its way slowly to the US. So I'm going to link not just this bottle, but I'm going to link all of the bottles that are currently available here in the US. Because I have a feeling that once it hits here, it will also sell out rather quickly. I'm not very impressed with the sprayer. Ooh, that's nice though. But I'm not very impressed with the sprayer because let me see if you can capture it. Take a look at this. Do you see how it's like, it's really not like opening up? Okay, so this is opening up quite citrusy, but not like that fresh citrusy. It's not cloying or anything like that, but it's not that fresh, light citrusy notes in the opening. No, this is like a tad green citrusy note, if you know what I mean. It's almost like the bergamot and the lemon were a little bit green, and that's what you're getting in the opening. It's not like a green that's a bit too much, because you know green can be a bit much, but no, it's just citrus notes that are a little bit green. Very, very nice opening. It's a little bit sweet. I'm getting lavender and jasmine. There we go. I'm getting a little bit of the iris quality. I'm getting a little bit of powderiness, but not a lot. Definitely picking up on the vanilla. Oh, this is really nice, guys. And you know, the reason that I'm thinking so much is because as I'm processing these notes in my head, I'm trying to figure out if this is reminding me of anything, and it's not reminding me of anything at all. That's really beautiful. That powderiness is really, really beautiful. You know, this is powdery, but funny enough, even though the opening with the citrus notes it didn't give me freshness immediately. Now I am getting fresh powderiness, not that heavy, dense powderiness. No, I'm getting like fresh powderiness. Very, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm really liking this one. I'm going to go ahead and test it and circle back with you guys just to tell you about performance. And I also want to see what else I pick up on my skin that I'm not picking up on paper. But so far, this fragrance is really, really beautiful. Really, really nice. I can't wait to try all of the other ones in this collection. But being that it's Al Haramain, like, this is probably inspired by something. I just don't know what it is. I couldn't really pinpoint it. And it's really not reminding me of anything at all. But more to come as I test it. Yeah. Okay, so this next fragrance, which is the last one that I'll be sharing with you today, was kindly sent to me by Ormond Jane. And this is a little bit out of the way of what we typically do because this is at a different price point. But being that the fragrance that they sent me is Arabesque, I figured that it would be fun to just bring it to Middle Eastern Thursdays. And I'm going to go ahead and share it with you and just let you know my thoughts. So this is the beautiful box that it comes in. And I don't know if you've ever had an Ormond Jane fragrance in your collection. I have, I think, 3 other bottles. My favorite is Muscat, and I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing it correctly, so I apologize. It's a very elegant line. And what I love about their fragrances is that they're blended so beautifully. They perform very well. I don't have any that's like beast mode, but their fragrances are really, really beautiful. They're very smooth and, again, very exquisitely blended. So I'm really looking forward to trying this one. This one, as I said before, is called Arabesque. So it has this sleeve, and then we're going to go ahead and open it. Here you have the bottle. So let me go ahead and share with you the notes of this fragrance. So the top notes are saffron, black currant, black pepper, and bergamot. And in the middle we have rose and jasmine. And at the base we have oud, musk, patchouli, and moss. So from those notes, and depending on the intensity of the oud in this fragrance, I'm guessing that this is going to be a bit warm, spicy kind of a fragrance. And judging by the name Arabesque, I'm expecting it to have a certain amount of oomph to it, with kind of like a Middle Eastern presence to it. But let's go ahead and spray it and try it. Incredible sprayer. Okay, definitely warm, spicy opening. I'm picking up on the rose, but I'm trying to figure out what kind of rose is it. This is not a fresh rose, but this is not a mature rose either. It's not jammy because I'm not picking up on any sweetness so far. Oud came in, by the way, in the opening with that warm, spicy quality to it. The oud, intensity wise, with 1 being the lowest and 5 the highest, I would say the oud here is like a 3. So it's not a demure or light oud or barely there type of oud. No, the oud is here. But it's not super intense. It is smooth, like beautifully done. It's not skanky. It's not barnyardish. It is just really, really nicely done. But it is definitely a present oud. Yeah, I'm picking up on some white florals, and I'm starting to pick up on patchouli. The patchouli is not competing with the oud. The patchouli is deferring the stage to the oud. The oud is not intensifying. The oud is pretty consistent. Yeah, the level of intensity of the oud is pretty consistent with the opening. But what I am picking up now is like on a twist to that warm spicy that it opened with, that I picked up. It's becoming a little bit fresh now. Like those spices are taking a back seat to a certain extent. Yeah, even the rose is taking a bit of a back seat. What are they giving way to though? So let me tell you, to me, this is a fragrance that you can use all year except summer. You can dress this up and you can dress it down. This is their take, my opinion. This is Ormonde Jayne's take on a rose oud fragrance. And what I can tell you from having experienced some of their fragrances is that this is very much in sync with what I've come to know as the Ormonde Jayne DNA. As I said in the beginning, there's an elegance and a smoothness to their fragrances. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like an ethereal quality to it. It's, they're not into loudness. They're not into anything that's not smooth, I guess. I mean, I don't have any other way to explain it. But this is the same case here. The oud is not sticking out on top of the rose or any of the other notes. The florals, and there's some white florals in here, but all the florals are aligning. Everybody's playing very nicely together. This is really, really beautiful. But this is definitely a fragrance that I would not pull for during the summer season. And during the spring, if it's one of those spring days where you're like, is it spring or is it summer? I would not pull this fragrance either. And for those of you that live in very hot weather all the time, I would reserve this fragrance for those rare days where you have, you know, a bit more milder weather. But this is very, very nice. Very nicely done. But I'm not surprised because I've never had my nose on any Ormonde Jayne fragrance that I have not thought, wow, this was done beautifully. It's just that smoothness. Very, very nice. All right, guys, so we've reached the end of today's video. And as usual, I just want to thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope that this was as enjoyable for you as it was for me, because I'm just really happy lately, guys, because the hauls that we've been doing have turned out to be such a success. I mean, I hauled 10 fragrances today, and they were all excellent, incredibly excellent fragrances. So very, very happy with that. Expect so much more to come very, very soon, and I will see you in the next video.